Welcome to the Pixelberry Choices podcast. Today we're going to be talking about Open Heart Chapter 5. We see as of last chapter, our old rival Tobias is back, and he's the new member of the diagnostics team. So Bloom told Ethan formally to fill the vacancy of Baz, but Ethan took up a lot of time, according to Bloom, so Bloom is now forcing a change. He suggested the new member, not suggested, but he basically included Tobias as the new member of the diagnostics team. Now, in the wake of this situation, we see if you have played the book two's Dimensions, you know that there is a rivalry between Ethan and Tobias. There is a dimension later in this book, in this chapter 2, that if you play this, you will know more about this. But at a time, Ethan and Tobias used to be great friends, but then something happened. They had different ideologies, but that worked academically, but working on a diagnostics team, saving patients' life, sometimes your ideals can come in the way. Ethan thinks that you can choose to say, well, our job is to save the patients, so we will focus on that. But one thing I would like to mention, the addition of Tobias Pixelberry, they teased it in their one of the one of the insiders or blog posts. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they said look out for an old rival to be back. Now Tobias is a rival for sure, but as I said in my last video, and some of you guys have also said, when remember in book two we had this condition, we were almost dying with Raphael. Then Tobias and Maskenmore, they came together with Edinburgh to find a completely new vaccine to save our lives. So Tobias is not that hard to work with. Yes, we also see when saving the patient, Tobias also helped us. He may have different opinions, but he's also not going to let the opinions crash the patient. So that's something we can say we're on the same page on one thing, if not all the things. For instance, Ethan wants to go by the book, do every test and everything, every single test that's out there to see what's wrong. And meanwhile, what Tobias wants is to go to experiment, cut him open and approach to have fun with this. The basic difference of ideologies. If you play the diamond scene with Ethan, you would also know like how Ethan likes to treat, patients, sort of give them the treatment they deserve and sort of cure them. Well, for Tobias, it is that, but more than that, it is to have fun, to invent stuff, and to do experiment with that. So that's the difference, and we learn more. But the difference of ideologies, that doesn't make much difference in this chapter so far. But this new patient who comes in with a different disease, and of course, we get this patient, and this new patient is a big fan of opera, and Ethan is also a big fan of opera. They discuss about this later. We can tell Ethan to sing an opera song to calm this patient for several moments, but this patient is gonna lose his eyesight and probably is gonna die. At first, we're unable to figure out why is it happening. We get frustrated. We get this diamond scene with Jackie, where we go to this boxing place and we do boxing. We practice boxing with Jackie and to have some stress relief and sort of to enjoy a nice diamond scene with Jackie and to potentially get an idea to cure our patient. But before that, I would like to mention we also had a diamond scene with Raphael. Remember, Raphael is treating this baseball star, so we go to this baseball match as VIP audience. We enjoy there. We have a nice, awesome scene there with Raphael too, and awesome food, of course. Now, if you played the diamond scene with Jackie, that is essential for this book, for this case, you will see you are able to cure that patient. I mean, not entirely cure, I would say, but you are able to determine what's wrong. I think it's AVM, that's what the term is. And at the final moment, we take the patient to the CT scan, and after the CT scan, we get the result the hemorrhage and the blood clotting in the patient's brain, we need to do a surgery. Now, here's again, Ethan wants the surgery to happen. Ethan wants the surgery to save the person, but Tobias says, well, there is very less chance that we will save the patient, but if we let him die, that's inevitable. That's according to Tobias. Tobias says we can use his organs for the people who need it. So it's up to us. We choose to save the patient. I choose to save the patient and go for it. And definitely, Aurora's and this is Harper Emery. She and the team, they're on the surgery, and we see the patient is quite well. He's talking with his husband quite well. Maybe not that great, not totally okay, but this is quite surprising, we think to ourselves. Now, this is really interesting. The next chapter is about this. What is gonna be the consequences? That we have made a decision. I don't know. I think we have saved our patient's life. I think it literally said in the next chapter's teaser that it potentially can increase difference or sort of difference of opinions in our diagnostics team. Well, Tobias wasn't on board for this surgery, but if we save the patient, I don't think he gets much of a say into this. No one does, because that's what our goal is, to save the patient. I don't know if Bloom would have anything to do with this or not, but why would this thing would have a big impact? And what is the patient cured? What's going to happen to the patient? Because they're still in a critical condition and not in a so good position. This is already fifth chapter of this book, third book of Open Heart, and we're already seeing awesome turns and twists. I would say this book is delivering us as we expected, and it is, of course, per expectation. It is performing quite good so far. Twists and turns at the end of every chapter, that's what we need. The classic choices books like Amy and HSS. Let me know, guys, in the comment section how would you feel about this chapter. And of course, as always, if you like the video, like, comment, and subscribe. That really helps the channel. Thank you guys for listening in. Remember, you can comment and you can join the Telegram channel. That's Pixelberry Choices Podcast. Sorry, Pixelberry Choices Podcast. You can search on Telegram. You can join the channel. We discuss their stuff. You can post your theories. Respectful community. Thank you guys for listening in. Bye.